All right, cool, man. It's Coach Jay Hunt here with the Elite Path Podcast. And today we have a special guest, Kevin. Kevin. He's coming on today to share with us his journey for rocking out with us over the last several months, I would say. Has it been at least 6 months yet? About?
It's definitely been about 6 months, if not seven.
Yeah, it's been about 6, 7 months, man. So it's been, absolutely amazing to watch you, watch your journey over these last several months. I wanted to bring you on because I think, you can be a potential, inspiration, to people that have had a similar journey for yourself, and to getting to where you are. And, I was hoping that maybe through your story, you can, inspire, other people, on their health to fitness journey as well. So just to get this, just to get things, set off, um, since you joined the program and everything, what would you say are some of your biggest changes you've noticed?
So to start, I think some context needs to be provided. It just as far as me, right? Like
Yeah,
I, I, I somewhat had resisted joining the program.
yeah,
For those out there, my significant other was participating in the program, and I was kind of the mindset where I was somewhat of a gym guy, and I was going to the gym, and one of those who kind of felt like I was on a certain path, right? But I also had a lot of body issues that I just could not address, and I knew that Coach Hunt here was working with my wife, and she recommended I speak with him. And I have to say that it was probably it, her advice would rank up there with one of the better done decisions. Um, so I struggled with a lot of aches, a lot of pains, a lot of limited mobility. A lot of areas where I thought I was strong and I was not. And I found over the course of the last 6 7 months of sticking to this program, I find a reduction in all of those struggles. My mobility has improved. The lower body aches and pains that I had are non-existent, to the point where sometimes I don't even remember what it was like, dealing with that pain that I had for so long, that had become part of just my regular day to day.
right. So to add a little more context, right? Can we be a little clear on some of the specific areas that we have worked on for you? Right. I know we had shoulders, knees, and it seemed like indirectly your lower back too.
Yes, so I struggled with a lot of back problems. Tightness in my back. It ran from the lower back to the backs of my thighs, um, and to my knees. So to the point where there were times where literally I felt uh, like someone was kind of squishing me from the middle part of my body
Mm,
to my calves.
right.
Um, and I found that if I didn't do, you know, daily stretching, which I came to find out was actually not really addressing all of the issues I had, but if I didn't do the daily stretching, um, I put myself at risk of my back going out. I struggled with uh, and I say these things not to say that I was limited, but I was definitely hurting as I did these things, right? But I struggled with really a lot of day to day activities. I was very wary about even walking around. I was very wary about that because I was afraid that it would result in just an exasperation of my pain in my lower back and my the tightness in my legs.
Yeah.
As far as my shoulders go, it was more or less the same thing, but it was expressly on the one side of my body more so than the other. And so I found that I accommodated a lot, right, on one side versus the other. Reaching was a struggle. Lifting my arm above my head was a struggle. And again, it didn't stop me, but it really, it's just funny how you just kind of adapt to your situation. And it limited me in doing certain things. I couldn't throw a ball, properly. I could throw it, but I didn't have the same range of motion throwing a ball.
Right.
And that's from someone who I pitched in high school, right? Like baseball was my thing, and I was a pitcher. So you could imagine the frustration where I can't, I'm in that regard.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think the last area you had was knees.
My knees were, and it's both knees. I mean, I walked around. I had any activity I did, I had braces on my knee.
Yeah.
I don't wear the braces, right? And it's really strange because it's this is years, like for years I have been wearing braces.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but I remember when you said to me, let's try it without the brace, and I was
Get
like,
out of
what?
here.
I was like, what? Without the brace? What? And now I don't even know what braces are now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I remember that day. I was like, man, get them things out of here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna need that for what we're gonna do. We're
Yeah.
not gonna need that.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So what would you say, right? I mean, so I guess in a way you kind of summarized it all in there. I guess the biggest changes you've noticed. And I guess that would be just from shoulder, lower back, hips, no longer feeling that restrictiveness, right? Is that
Right.
right? Ultimately,
And that fear is gone. That hesitation to do things. That in the back of my mind, I'll roll the dice and I'll try this, but I'm worried that the result is going to be I'm out of commission for a day or two. That doesn't exist anymore.
Wow. So it allows you to be more free and
does.
It gave you some physical freedom, so to speak.
Yes, mental relief.
Nice. It's funny too, man. What's been amazing to see is that these changes haven't come about because you're working out nonstop, you're doing some crazy intense stuff, or I made you do some extreme diet or nothing crazy, right? Like it was none of that.
Nope.
I would say, like, how was it, for you to not have to do some of those extreme kind of things to still have this experience, this transformation of your body basically healing and and in some ways even reversing some of that aging process and broken downness that was going on. How does it feel to go through that?
The other thing is, first I'll say it's surprising, right? Because I know that one of the things we talked about is in the beginning, I remember this being one of the reasons why my wife was kind of pushing me towards you, right? Was to get down with your program. Was that I always felt that I was getting older, and I was doing the traditional things in the gym. I was lifting weights and heavy weights, and I had gains within my scope of knowledge, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like there were other things that I was missing, and that I was getting up in age, and this was not necessarily how I should be training, right? And then there were the other issues, right? So it was interesting to come into your gym and kind of I expected some things that would be different, but to know that the activities that you put in front of me, right? That they're bands. I'm working out with bands, right? I'm doing stretches and addressing areas that I had no idea I wasn't really paying attention to, right?
Yeah.
And realizing that how you operate so like systemically, man, it's like this part of your body you're over accommodating because this part of your body is weak, and you have to strengthen that, right? So it was really enlightening for me to come in to your program and realize that, you know, there's more to working out than just hitting the heavy weights, right?
Yeah.
There's more to body strengthening and training, right, than doing those traditional, you know, hitting the iron type things,
Yeah.
right? There are things that you provide that are in some ways like I leave and I'm like, wow, I haven't felt like this since 3-a-day practices and football practices in high school. You know what I mean? Like, you
Right.
know, and you get a workout, but I'm not putting up all this weight, you know, and I feel the strengthening in the area afterwards, right?
Right.
That was really, that part of it was really enlightening,
Right.
more than anything else, right? Really impactful.
You know, I just wanted to say one thing real quick because I don't want people thinking, all he doing is bands and stretching. Like, we go beyond bands. We
Yeah,
hit the iron too.
yeah, definitely hit the iron. There's definitely that weight training, but you know, I've come to realize that if you want to get stronger, there are parts of your body that you got to strengthen, right?
Yeah.
There are groups that you got to, you know, strengthen in order to get the gain that you want.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I'm probably jumping ahead, but you know, I'm even thinking about and you know, like I was real reluctant to be talking about diet, but I'm even like, wait a minute, you know, there's a whole other dimension to this whole thing, right? Like if
Yeah.
I'm not treating my body right, then I'm not going to continue to get the gains that I need,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, if nothing, that's where my head is now, right? That's and if anyone who knows me knows that what my diet, what, you know, like they know, and so that's where I've been lately, you know, because of the work with you, because of the journey that I've had, and because of, you know, I'm really starting to connect the dots.
Nice, nice, man. I love to hear that, man. You know, a lot of times, you know, when I talk to people and I try to tell them, like, you know, some of the transformation someone experienced, they'll immediately be like, oh, they probably don't work as much as I do, or they don't have kids, or they'll make all these excuses to make it seem like this person has got all this time on their hands. They have no challenges in life. They have nothing going on, and this is all that they did. Right?
Yeah,
Can you elaborate on this a regular day for you? You know, as a father, as a husband, as a teacher, you're in the school now. Like, you got things going on. It ain't like you just sitting
yeah.
around with nothing to do.
I'm up at 5 o'clock. I'm out the door at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Some days I'm not leaving here till 5 o'clock or 6.
Yeah.
You know, I have kids. My kids are older, but you know, just like everyone else, I get home. I try to, you know, if it's my day to cook, I'm cooking. If it's, you know, whatever it is, I'm doing. But I've realized that, you know, to kind of quote the words that you use, you know, you got to put, there has to be an investment in yourself, right? So
Wait, say that part. You went out a little bit. You said what?
I've realized that there has to be an investment in yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Um, you know, you know, I'm just gonna pull from some of the things that I've read that you know, offered, right? Like you invest in your retirement, and this is the same as investing in your retirement. So for me, you know, I realized that I have to prioritize this. Right.
Yeah.
My day, like I said, you know, I mean, I'm done with you, and it's like sometimes 7:30, right? And I'm going home and make dinner. You know, and I gotta eat, right? Just like everyone else. Or I have work that I have to finish up because
Yeah.
I wanted to get out of here with enough time to get to the gym to train with you, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely real, but I you know, I've recognized that I have to it has to be a priority. You know,
Right.
I want 10 more years, right? I want my dividends to give me return, right? Like I need it. I need it.
Nice, man. So let's reflect back, right? Let's go back. What is this? This is December 2022. Let's go back a full year ago, right? You know, I want you to think about this time. What were you doing in the past to try and get these same results? I know one time you told me you was going to massage regularly, something like that.
Yeah. So I was on this massage, you know, and it's funny you mentioned that because we talked about massages the other day too, and you know, I was regularly going to get massages. I was and I'm talking like every 6 to 8 weeks, I'm getting a massage. to the point where my body told me at a certain point, you have to go. Right. I was regularly looking for to do activities where I can get stretched out, right? Like the stretch lab type environments. Like I was looking for things like that because I just couldn't. I don't know. It was weird. Like I couldn't. My body was like fighting. Like I was in a lot of pain. I was just uncomfortable a lot of times. And the massaging, allowed for some level of relief, but it always came back. And that was my regimen. And interestingly, the other day I was saying to myself, you know, I haven't even wanted to go for a massage. Like I don't the desire to have to go is not there anymore because I don't have that limiting feeling anymore. I don't have any of those anymore.
Nice.
None of it. Absolutely none of it.
Great.
And I also felt, a lot. I was always trying to, I don't know, I was associating a lot of weird things with my condition, right? So I felt like if I didn't run, I didn't stretch, like, so I was fanatical about it because I knew that if I didn't do this, I felt like if I didn't do this, I'm going to feel that pain again and that discomfort again. So
Mm-hmm.
I was fanatical about those things. And I'd get up, 15-minute stretch like every morning.
Right.
I'm stretching the shower. I'm stretching, at the end of the day, I'm stretching, and I'm thinking I'm doing something and it is providing me some relief, but it's not long term, man. It wasn't long term.
Wasn't sustainable.
It wasn't sustainable. I wasn't addressing the issue.
Right.
Kind of masking it. But again,
It's almost
now
like
it's like
taking Advil for a headache, but you keep getting a headache every day.
keep getting a headache every day. There's an underlying issue that I'm just not addressing. But now again, and I know it sometimes, someone who's not in it and hasn't gone through it, they'd be like, nah, that's not how could that be? But I'm telling you, I haven't even wanted to. I don't need it. I don't need to do the massage.
Nice,
You know,
nice.
I feel
So, what was the last thing you said?
I was saying I feel totally comfortable and not like I'm mobile.
Right.
So I don't need it.
Excellent, excellent. So, what would you say is the biggest thing that's helped you on this journey? Would you say it's been, the support of, the other people in the program going through the same, challenges as you are, you guys grunting in there together and all that stuff? Would you say it's been, maybe the nutritional or exercise information I've provided, the motivation, whatever it is for you? What do you think is what has been like, biggest thing to help?
I think definitely there's a lot of camaraderie in the gym that's developed. And it's good to see, first of all, it's good to see that there are folks suffering similarly, right? A lot of us have the same type of ailments,
Yeah.
right? And it's also kind of fulfilling to watch folks kind of progress through the program.
Right.
Definitely, you know, like you learn a lot. You learn a lot when you're with you, right? Because you know you start to realize that there are connections in the things that you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing, right? And in turn, you're learning, and it motivates you to want to do things. And I don't want to say the right way, but to do things the way that will give you the gains that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say the camaraderie. I would say the learning has been a motivating tool in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
And it has sustained me from from a year ago to now.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point where at times I'm like, oh my god, I gotta figure out this third day that I gotta get in the gym. Like I'm moving things around because you know I want to go. I want to continue to feel the growth. I want to continue to. I guess you kind of enjoy the energy in the gym, right?
Right.
And I want to learn about myself and push
Right.
myself.
Nice, nice. So let's say I had like a time machine and you had the ability to go back a year, 5 years, whatever it is, right? Knowing what you know now, what would you tell that younger self to avoid some of the challenges that you went through?
Uh, Definitely, you don't know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, what you think you know, you need to find, uh, you need to improve on that and grow from what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and definitely listen to your body.
Mm.
I don't think I did a good job of listening to my body. I think my body was telling me a lot of things, and you know, youth and braggadocio and all that other stuff kind of mix in, and you don't really pay attention. But I would tell my younger self, you need to listen to your body, right? Like your body's telling you something, and you need to pay attention.
Right. Nice. Nice. All right, man, Kev, man. Well, I appreciate you for taking this time, man, and sharing everything that you did. I'm excited to see, where you continue to grow with this. I mean, we started talking about some new things, now you got the nutrition going on. We started talking about getting you back on a cardio regimen. Like, I'm
Yes.
really excited to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, where's this gonna go? I look forward to that. And I appreciate you for sharing everything that you shared, being a teacher, a husband, a father, and having multiple things going on with your life, to take the time and realize, that you need to invest in yourself, and to share that, that story with other people that, could be going through like something similar, right?
Yeah.
So for anybody that, may be watching this or listening to this with Kevin and I, maybe you tried, other trainers, other programs, and you're still stuck. You keep finding that you lose motivation along the way, or you just don't see the results that you're looking for, right? Then I want to offer you this opportunity. I'm going to be opening up about 3 spots in our program. If you're selected, I'm going to automatically boost you up to the VIP program, and we're gonna offer you a discount, on the package that you're gonna do, right? Now I know what you're probably thinking. How is this any different than anything else you've done in the past to achieve your goals, right? Well, one thing, from what you're learning from what Kevin said, going back to what he would tell his younger self, is that you know what you know, but there's more out there for you to learn, right?
Absolutely.
And and just like Kevin, this isn't the only system. This is the only system that I'm aware that exists for individuals who want to transform their physique and health in a long-term sustainable way. A lot of the fitness industry is sold on short-term solutions to problems. And if you know anything about me and the programs that I do, we are focused on the long term, not trying to hurry up and get you to expected goal immediately, that in a way that you can't even sustain it, right? So if that's something that you're looking for, then this is going to be the best program for you to join into. So if you apply now and you want to kick off 2023 completely revived and ready for whatever challenges that are gonna, come at you, then this is the program for you. I advise you to send me a message, however this is a post, or however it may be shared out there, however you see it. Please just reach out and we'll get you on board. Yeah, once again, Kevin, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, man. You're doing excellent. You're doing excellent. That's why I selected you. Not too many people make it to this point where I actually ask for their journey, because a lot of people are still stuck in their head and they don't let it go enough to experience the transformation that you've experienced. So, congratulations to you for that, and good luck with your ongoing success, my brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Definitely, man. I'll see you soon.
You're welcome.
Later.